All right, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of Unapologetic with Chet and Duffy. Here tonight, we got ourselves a special guest here, my good friend Ron Robert, and my boss Ron. How are we doing tonight, my man?
What's up, baby?
What's going on, Ron?
What's up? Thanks for having me. I figured we could just chop it up about some football, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can already predict your NFC champion for Sunday.
Yep, that's right, man. I mean, shit. I got the Patriots hat on. I got Dante Hightower representing. I got my Brady Bucks jersey. I don't give a what you think. That's right. Supporting my boy. Oh, dude, I've been getting destroyed on social media. I don't bring it. Oh, telephone tough guys. They're not going to say it to my face.
What have you been saying?
Tough guys.
They're like,
Warriors.
Recap what? Okay, let's hear this. What have you been saying recently that's getting people hot bothered? Yeah, let's hear it.
I've been saying what people have been saying to me. Oh,
what you've been saying?
Rider. I had one guy. He's like, I think it's really funny all these Patriot fans that are now Bucks fans. Well, first of all, well, I'm not talking about me, but like, yeah, man. If you're a Patriots fan, look in the background. I got the very first captain of the very first Super Bowl team, Lawyer Malloy. Don't tell me I'm not an effing Patriots fan.
Amen.
All right? That is a field-worn jersey, bitches. Right? Then I got a signed Gronk jersey right next to that one. I got my Brady jersey right there. I got a Roosevelt Colvin. You can't see it.
Roosevelt Colvin. That's
Wait, I got a Roosevelt. Bro, wait a minute. No, I'm getting this now. Now I'm getting
right.
Hold on.
Oh, boy. All right. Get to see Ron's endless collection.
All right, this is a Rosie Colvin practice jersey. Yo,
what year is that from?
Wow.
What? I'm not a Patriots fan. No, I know.
I don't think I've ever seen a more.
No,
like,
that
wow.
is, dude. It's got dirt stains on it. All right. So anyway. I don't need to prove myself.
Real,
I don't need to prove myself. But so yeah, people totally trying to rip on me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, hey, don't get mad. Don't get mad that the GOAT's my boy. How do you not love the GOAT?
Amen.
Anyone who doesn't love the GOAT is a straight hater. That's it. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a clown.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't like Peyton Manning, but there's reasons.
Yeah.
He's whiny. He's ugly. He's annoying.
He is ugly.
He sucks.
Yeah.
No,
the dude's got a big ass forehead.
Like this big.
Yo, that forehead is like legit. That shit is like half of a helmet.
And the best he can do instead of using that brain is just doing commercials. Like, come on, give me a break, Peyton.
He's funny.
His nationwide commercials. Pete's Papa John's.
Aren't they fun?
Papa John sucks too. It's not even
Papa John sucks. What, you get a pepper with it?
What was it?
You get like some peppercini with every Papa John's, you know?
Yeah, literally. It's just like
what was that? What idea was that?
I got a quick one.
Maybe it was Papa's idea. Maybe it was Peyton's idea too.
Yeah, it probably was Peyton. He'll be like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, for me and my big head, I have some good ideas.
I got a quick.
I don't care like what anyone says, but yeah, I've been getting ripped up. Everyone's calling me a bandwagon rider, blah blah blah. Okay, I'll tell you when I became a Bucks fan, and this is for real because I lived in Florida a few times. People don't know this, but I actually graduated high school in Florida. I'm from Rhode Island. My parents moved to Florida my senior year of high school. I tried staying around here without them. I just couldn't do it, so I moved to Florida, which ended up being good for me anyway. I graduated high school down there. I went to college down there and then came back here and then ended up moving back down there again. So I've lived in Florida mad times. I hate Jacksonville. I actually don't mind Miami. They're all right, whatever. I don't mind them. I just, they're insignificant. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And then, but Tampa Bay. So my favorite player of all time is Emmitt Smith from the Cowboys. That guy, right? He's the best running back of all time.
Easily.
Obviously, it's arguable because people would say sweetness.
Jim Brown, maybe, or Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
LT.
But Emmett's got the paper, bro. All right. Emmett's got the paper.
He's got the numbers.
That man's a legend. He really is.
He's got the records. He's got the paper. He's got the numbers. He's got the rings. He's so don't hate, right? But I was an Emmitt Smith fan because people don't know this about me either. I'm a University of Florida Gators diehard. Okay, I'm a Gators rider. I ride
Straight from Gainesville.
Ride, bro. Ride or die. Okay, so back in the day, Emmett was a Gator, right out of Pensacola, Florida. And
Okay.
I had an Emmett's. If I had this jersey right now, it would be worth money. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, where'd you put
I
it?
had an
Come on,
Emmett
Ron.
Smith
You just
Florida
lost it.
Gators jersey.
Bro,
I
how the
had-
hell do you lose that?
I
Oh my
don't know.
God.
It was like, remember back in the day, they were like plasticky and they
Yeah.
were like half shirts kind of in college.
Yeah.
Right? It was a half
Like a
shirt
crop
and
top.
everything, bro. It was old school, like, 22, orange and blue. Shit was on fire. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Someone definitely stole it because that thing was.
Yeah, it was
And then-
definitely stolen.
Right, I definitely wore it to a pool thinking I was cool and then left it there or something, right?
Wow.
So then he goes to the Cowboys, and
Sure.
then Eric Rhett. You guys know who Eric Rhett is?
Nah.
Nah.
All right, Eric Rhett was the running back that was behind Emmitt Smith at the University of Florida. Great
Okay.
running back. Came right out of Florida, right to the NFL, and guess what team he went to? The Bucks.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I should have guessed.
That's when my
Yeah.
You're a Bucks fan.
Bucks aficionado started.
I
Orange
got-
creamsicle.
Yeah.
The whole bit. Eric Rhett was their running back. Doug Williams, I don't think was their quarterback anymore. I
Okay.
actually think Doug Williams was at the Redskins by then.
Yeah, he was in the league by then.
Yeah.
But the team was terrible. But Eric Rhett was my dude, so I started following him. Then I kind of like lost track of him a little. Then I kind of like they started kind of coming back around. They changed their uniforms, which I think their uniforms are lit anyway.
Mhm.
Pirates, and
Yeah.
cannons in their state. This shit's cool, right?
Yeah.
So then they do whatever. And then Florida brings out the 1996 University of Florida Gators national championship team with with Danny Werfel. Danny Werfel was the quarterback. Jaquez Green, Riedel Anthony were running backs. Fred Taylor were wide receivers. Fred Taylor was a running back. Ike Hilliard was on that team. So all those guys were big NFL players. And
Yeah.
and the Bucks picked all of them up at first. Well, Fred Taylor went to Jacksonville, right?
Wow.
The
Yeah,
Bucks
he went to
picked-
Jacksonville.
He went to Jacksonville, but the Bucks picked all of them up.
Mm.
So the Bucks had all those dudes, and then Ike Hilliard went to the Giants, and he got big, right? He got big,
Yeah.
He was big for the Giants for a while. But the Bucks kept getting University of Florida players like pulling
Like
them
there's
out.
no tomorrow.
Yeah, and then they had Sapp. And then they had started like pulling guys. They had,
Warren Sapp.
Yeah, Warren.
What
Sapp.
What a name right there.
they had John Lynch. John Lynch as a free safety.
That's right.
He's a big time announcer at the NFL now. So I'm saying you
Derek
go back.
Brooks.
What'd you say?
Derek Brooks.
They had Derek Brooks.
Oh.
They were diesel, bro.
Yeah,
And-
they were.
And,
That's one of the best defenses ever. That's
and then
ever
they won a
been
Super
assembled.
Bowl. And
Yep.
it was definitely their defense that won that Super Bowl because
100%.
Brad Johnson was their quarterback.
Hey, let's
Yeah.
not. Brad Johnson did make the Pro Bowl that year. He did. He was nice.
Terrible.
He was not. I mean, he
terrible.
was a game manager. He was a
Last
game
time,
manager.
last time I checked, he sucked. So I mean,
Wait,
all I
what?
can-
Last time I checked, he sucked.
Brad
Yeah,
Johnson
that's-
sucked. Well, he's got a ring though, right?
He's got a ring. He's got that hardware.
Then
He's
they
got the
had, and I'm not, because if you're a Gators fan,
yeah.
you don't like the Seminoles, right?
Mm.
I don't like
Yeah.
the Seminoles, but Seminoles had some really good teams back then. Cadillac Williams came out of Auburn. He went to the Bucks. Then
Yeah.
they had Warwick Dunn as a running back. Then they had the best fullback of all time, Mike Allstott.
Mike All-Star.
All right, so let's not. Oh, so anyone who wants to try my Bucks knowledge, bring it. Bring it. I'll rip it up. I'll take you up. You don't know shit. You'll be like, oh, you bandwagon rider. I'll be like, okay, name 5 guys from the last 10 years that were on the Bucks. No one can do it. I
I
can't.
couldn't. Honestly, I forgot Warren Sapp and like all the other names you just
Gerald
said.
McCoy.
Like I totally forgot that. No,
McCoy.
Jared McCoy.
But
Yeah.
Then they got horrible. Then they went and drafted. They had a really tough time for a while, right?
It's
Yeah.
funny
Then they
because,
went and drafted Jameis Winston, and it was like just like a disaster.
want to hear a funny stat, Ron?
Yes, I do.
In my fantasy league, I've been the commissioner for like 5 years now. The league password is Josh Freeman.
That's a good password.
Why is it Josh
Because
Freeman?
we used to just meme him. We used to be like, man, Josh Freeman
Oh, he's
sucks.
a chucklehead.
Like this guy
Yeah.
blows. Let's make him the league password.
I remember
They were
that.
good. They were
dude
pretty good,
sucked.
even when Warwick Dunn was there.
They were
Yeah.
solid, yeah.
They were solid. Cadillac Williams was a beast, man. And you
He
know,
was.
so
Rookie of the year.
rookie of the year. I mean, he didn't have a very long. Look, Warwick Dunn had a nice career, right?
Yeah.
But Cadillac didn't have like the longest career, but that's because he was like Chubb reminds me of Cadillac, right? Big,
Yeah.
strong. Although
Big,
Chubb,
strong, right up the middle running back type of
I
dude.
know I'm thinking over your show. I don't mean to. I just figured like, hey,
No,
let's
it's fine.
talk shit to
No,
people.
exactly. I mean, honestly,
This is your chance to clap back at the haters, the keyboard warriors.
Bitches, I'll tell you right now. Anyone who wants. All right, so there was this one kid, right? He started like really getting in, and I said something like, "Oh, I'm like, you guys all hate Brady, but look, he doesn't lose to a team 3 times in the same season ever. The same team 3 times in one season.
first time, yeah, because this was the
No,
first
never.
time ever.
Never happened.
He's undefeated in his whole career. No team's ever beat him 3 times in the same season.
Yeah.
Ever. So everyone thought this was going to be it, but obviously it wasn't. He put fucking Breeze to retirement. So, you know, it's like, okay. And this kid was just like, oh, you know, Arians is terrible, and this guy and that guy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, it doesn't matter what you say. This is the
Really
NFL. A W is the W.
Yeah.
The W is the W. And you can tell me that the defense won that game, which all the power to them. Like the Bucs D is solid.
They're dirty. They were hitting hard the entire game, especially the second half.
Whole game, and their secondary was blanket coverage.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Their secondary, if you shut down Drew Brees and his wide receivers, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the best game you ever had in your entire life. I don't give a shit what it is. You did it.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. So the kid was just being ignorant. So I had to chuck him off my social media. But then I let him back. I did. I chucked him off, and then I searched him out and I pulled him back. And I said, "Hey, I let you back." And he's like, "What? Why?" I said, "It's all good, bro. It's just sports." I said, "Do me a favor." I said, "Don't get over the border disrespectful.
Yeah. Just don't go over the line.
That little line, yeah, because if you were standing next to me, you wouldn't go over that line because you know I would break your face.
Exactly.
But you don't mind doing it. So I don't care. Call me names. Like, we're all having fun. It's great. I love it because negative publicity for our company, like for your show, if people
it's still publicity.
Let them do it.
Gives a crap.
Yeah, no one cares. But when they start to edge over that line a little bit, it's like,
yeah.
And I've been dealing with that for literally 3-4 weeks now because the Bucs closed the season out tough, even though they played chunk teams. That was great. It was like they played scout teams. Brady got practice. He was hitting every wide receiver for a touchdown. What was he putting up? 45 one game, 38 was something like that one game.
47, like 44, 45.
Right? He's putting points up, so he's practicing.
Crazy numbers.
And he walks into the playoffs on fire. And not for nothing, they didn't have film on that Heineke kid. So that kid just played the game of his life, and kudos to him. Like, good for him, right? I love seeing.
I didn't even know he was starting until the kickoff. I was like,
so how could they have game plan for that kid?
Yeah,
they couldn't.
No,
that kid was running out of the pocket. He was throwing.
He was nice.
He was nice.
He earned himself a job somewhere next year.
Yeah, you know what though? Maybe a backup.
Yeah, backup job, not a starting job.
Maybe even a
wouldn't
third.
Start him. Maybe the
Patriots. Third. But the way that kid played, like, good for him. I love seeing. He didn't win, so that's all right. He didn't upset Brady. Like, it wasn't like I'm like, oh, this kid, like, shit, like, out of nowhere came out and beat us. But so that's cool that as long as he didn't win, good for him. Like, I'm glad he had a nice game. But that Washington's terrible.
Yeah,
they'll be back next year. Just watch.
We'll see. Dak Prescott, if he's back full, if Dak Prescott's back to health, I don't see the Cowboys not winning that division.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
No.
Washington still maybe take that 7th seed. Maybe.
Before we go into a commercial break, I figured we just touch upon retirements that are coming up. I mean, we just saw Phillip Rivers retire today. I mean, that's really
good.
it's good. Good for him. Hey, good for you. Now you can spend more time with your kids. But no talk has come from Drew Brees whatsoever. And in fact, a few weeks ago, we actually just talked about how there was potential. Well, actually, like a week or two ago, they were saying he's likely to retire, but no announcement has been made. So I'm wondering if dominoes are going to fall since Phillip Rivers is retired.
I don't know. I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to let you go and say what you have to say on this piece.
Yeah. I mean, for me, for Phillip Rivers, I mean, it's been a long career of just pain and glory at times, but I mean, for the most part, just flat out pain. Like, I mean, for the most part, this guy, countless San Diego, LA Chargers moments where his team just dropped the ball completely. LT and him in the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots, blow it. That was their one chance to go to the Super Bowl. And I really think that was the turning point in Phillip Rivers' career and just sent him on this downhill stretch. And sure, I wasn't like jumping up and down when a primetime game was Phillip Rivers and the Colts or the Chargers. I was sitting there just being like, all right, it's Phillip Rivers. I don't really give a crap. Let's next move on. I mean, I respect the guy, and I watched the Buffalo Bills game. He played pretty well, kept his team in there for the most part until the Bills managed to take control. But I mean, really, hats off to him. He had a great career and all that. But
he had a great career. What do you think?
Yeah, but Drew Brees' career will be remembered forever. Besides just that Super Bowl win, regular season, you're talking about a guy who would topple the charts in every category, whether it's yardage or touchdown passes. Drew Brees, he had it all. This is a guy who could have led his team several times to a Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, you had plays like the Vikings last year and then the season before. Well, those damn Vikings, really, honestly. I mean, we're talking about that Stephon Diggs catch. And then against the Rams, the pass interference call, the no call on that. I mean, I think there's been countless times that Drew Brees in recent memory has been screwed over at a chance for a title. But I think despite
that, Drew Brees has not been screwed over. Drew Brees has perennially choked.
I'm not saying no.
Okay. Chris, the game against the Vikings, they should never.
You gotta let me finish.
Let Duffy talk. Hold on. Go ahead.
That game against the Vikings, 2017, they should have never been down 17-0 to begin with. They were the better team that year. 2018 against the Rams, NFC Championship game, they win the overtime coin toss. Drew Brees throws a pick on like the third play of the drive. They shouldn't have been to overtime that game. They should have won that game too. I know the flag was bad, but they had a chance to win. They blew it. Last chance the Vikings. Inexcusable.
It is inexcusable.
Last year's the Vikings was inexcusable. They should not have lost that game at all. Drew Brees fumbled the ball with 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
And the Vikings tied it.
All right. So here's what I think. Brees is good. Brees was good in San Diego, right? But he wasn't that good in San Diego. Okay, he wasn't.
Yeah. He was good for 1 year. In 2004, he was good.
He got Sean Payton. He's always had good players around him. Let's go down the list. Go down the list. Dome. He had Reggie Bush when Reggie Bush was Diesel.
Yeah.
Right?
Marcus Colston.
He had Marcus Colston. Jimmy Graham. He had a great defense.
Mike Thomas.
His offensive line is awesome, right?
Yeah. His O-line has been one of the best in the league the last 10 years.
He
always the top 5 O-line in the league.
So he's had all right in the last 10 years. In his division is the Bucks, the Panthers, and who am I missing? Bucks,
the Falcons.
Panthers,
the Falcons.
Okay, now Falcons were good, spotty good.
Yeah, they're spotty good. They have good years.
Spotty good. The Saints have been consistent, but they haven't always been the powerhouse.
Yeah.
Right, but on the they've always been again consistent. They're consistently good. So when the Panthers fall off, the Saints just rise up. When the Falcons fall off, the Saints just rise up because they just stay consistent. Now, Brees is great, consistent quarterback, all that kind of stuff. But has anyone ever every time the Patriots were good, what was it? Oh, their schedule was so easy. Oh, their schedule. They play in the AFC East. Look at his division. It was the same. It was the same. Cam Newton was only good for a couple of years. Matt Ryan was only good for a couple of years. That's it. That's all. Yeah. Drew Brees has owned that division for almost the whole time. So it's
almost a decade.
Especially the last 5 years, because The last few
But
years were
Duffy
some of his
said-
best teams he's had. This year
Best
is one of the
teams
best
he's
teams he's had. And before these last few years, his defense was abysmal. I remember that they let up like a league record touchdown passes one year,
Yep.
I think,
Yeah.
like 2015 or something. But the last 4 or 5 years, this team has been really good. You're telling me you couldn't have gotten one ring out of them?
No.
Made the NFC Championship game. You only made the NFC Championship game one time.
I
Yeah.
always felt bad for Philip. So we're talking about Breeze, but we're talking about retirement, right? So we can bring it back to Philip for a minute. I
Yeah.
always felt bad. He was behind Tom Brady and Peyton
Yeah.
Manning.
Yeah.
So it was, he came into the league. Now Philip Rivers is a good quarterback, all right? He's a good quarterback, and he had good teams, but he was behind Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the AFC East and could not get out of their shadow. That dude should have got a trade to the NFC. That's what he should have done.
Yeah.
He should have got out of there. Because
You think so?
this was when Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre were like, right? It was like
Still having all. Yeah.
There was like drama there, and Philip Rivers
When he came out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip Rivers was in his prime.
Aaron Rodgers actually received death threats when he became the starting quarterback. He was getting all sorts of negative publicity for it.
That's only because he
Horrible.
looks like Ellen. He looks like Ellen DeGeneres. So
Ellen
people are
DeGeneres.
like, who the hell?
You think Aaron Rodgers looks like Ellen
He does
DeGeneres?
not.
I've
He
never heard
looks
that
dead
before.
like Ellen, bro. Go
My
to
roommate last year looked like Ellen.
where they do like a face thing, and you can't even tell. All they do is take the hair from Aaron Rodgers and they put Ellen's hair on him, and he looks like Ellen. Bro, he looks dead. So the people are like, how the fuck are we gonna have Brett Favre who's sending dick pics to like all these girls? Like we had a stud Ben Roethlisberger type quarterback gunslinger. Now we have Ellen DeGeneres as I would be mad. If I was
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have sent him. I would have sent him a threat too.
Right? You'd be like, "What are you doing? I thought you had a talk show to go do."
Yeah.
Oh my
I saw
god!
you at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC the other day, Aaron. Come on. Why are you in Green Bay?
Wow.
I was laughing hard at Barstool today because you guys hear the GM from the Mets got fired for sending dick pics and like inappropriate messages.
I didn't see this actually.
All
So
right,
that's new.
I did not see that.
The brand new GM for the Mets, who just did this monster deal to pick up this great new player, trying to bring the Mets out of like proverbial hell that they're always in, right?
Yeah.
He got busted from like I guess this was like 4 or 5 years ago, but they covered it up where he was like harassing a girl in the Mets organization. So someone got hold of all of the stuff, and then they outed him, so they had to fire him. But he was like sending like wiener pics and stuff, and like so I'm like, oh, I said, and then they go, it sounds like Brett Favre, but Brett Favre got away with it. Like it was just funny. I'm like, yeah, that's right, Brett Favre did do that. I forgot.
Dude, I don't. That's just nuts.
What year was that whole Brett Favre thing? Was that like?
What year was Brett Favre? When did he take Minnesota to the playoffs and lose to?
2009.
Yeah.
2009. Yeah.
08 when it happened because it was his last year at Green Bay.
That's crazy,
dude.
Oh yes.
I forget.
Well, he went to the Jets that year. Oh wait.
I forget how long all the time that Brett Favre was in the freaking league for. I really just forget how long that dude stayed. It's like,
dude, I watched that Patriots Super Bowl.
20 seasons.
I was living in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how old I was. 96. And I'm
97.
96, 97. And the Patriots actually, people forget this is what I mean about the NFL. Only the W matters, bro.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots really won that game. If Desmond Howard didn't run back that kickoff, that's it. Game over.
Didn't Bledsoe throw 4 picks though?
Yeah, he threw 4 picks and then he still had better offensive production than Brett Favre. That Patriots team had Terry Glenn, Ben Coates, Curtis Martin, but the defense had Ted Washington, Ted Johnson, Brewski was a rookie, Ty Law. Dude, that Patriots team was better than any Patriots team we had win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, I think the team that we had that beat Seattle was pretty
with Darrelle Revis. Yeah, with Darrelle Revis and
that one was pretty stacked.
Yeah, no, that defense completely stacked.
I
When
think
you're talking about
2016.
that.
I think 2016 was the best team the Patriots had.
Which one? Tell me.
The one for the
03?
Brady suspension year.
Oh, so
Oh, that's
2016.
When
Oh no,
the one
that's
that beat
16.
the Falcons. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
no,
that's
that was it. Yeah, that was a
I think
good
that's
team.
the dirtiest
That was
team.
a great
Yeah.
team.
But I'm just saying, you don't. The Patriots team in '96 was star power. That
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
a Dallas Cowboys team that people forget. Drew Bledsoe was the number 1 pick. He had the biggest contract in the NFL at the time. He
Yeah.
walked into Inskip Motors on Bald Hill Road in Warwick. Walked in and paid for a Porsche in cash. Yeah.
I want to be able to do that. Where's my cash money to buy a Porsche?
He literally had $63,000 in cash and like dropped it on the thing and just walked out with a Porsche. Like that. This was Drew Bledsoe, right? But I'm saying you had Otis Smith. You had all these great players on that team that were Tabucky Jones. You had Lawyer Malloy. Was like it was still early in his career. You had all these guys on that team was stacked, man.
Yeah.
Ted Washington was as big as Vince Wilfork, if not bigger.
Yeah.
Like, he was huge. So, everyone forgets about all those teams. That was like a real, and Bill Parcells was the coach.
Yeah.
You think they would have won if Parcells stayed another year? You think that would have a ship?
I don't think so.
No,
I was never a believer really in Bill Parcells when I've seen like the highlights in the history books with him.
Yeah, but I mean, like if he had stayed over like Pete
Bill
Carroll.
Parcells was a great coach.
Probably.
Yeah, over the Pete Carroll hiring.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
yeah, was like good, and then they just fell apart.
No,
yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, Bill Parcells, great coach, all around Hall of Famer. But I mean,
legend, absolutely.
In terms of the Patriots, I don't know.
No, he wasn't. He was okay with the Patriots.
He's only the head coach for like what?
Parcells did was he built a great team.
Yeah.
So the way Parcells was good is he found great talent and brought it on board, kind of like I did.
Yeah, kind of.
Like how I found you two clowns.
Kind of like you did, yeah.
And no, I'm saying I find great talent. We figure out and we play on their strengths.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
That's
and
true.
And if you look right up our list of people on that work in the network, you'll see everyone's doing the exact same thing. Doesn't mean that I'm the best CEO in the world, and it doesn't mean that Bill Parcells was the best coach. I mean, Belichick's obviously a better X's and O's guy than Parcells,
and a pupil of his.
Yeah,
but Parcells could build a damn freaking team. Like that Giants team that he had,
unbelievable,
absolutely chucked with all-stars.
Especially the second one too. When
the second
Bill
one,
Sims was knocked out.
Bavaro, people
Mark
forget
Bavaro,
was an absolute. He was just as good as Gronk.
Mark Ingram Sr.
Yeah, right.
Lawrence Taylor.
Carl
Taylor,
Banks.
that's the obvious one.
LT, Carl Banks.
Jeff Hostetler.
But there was this
Otis
other
Anderson.
guy. Otis Anderson, but no. He was like a what? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Who? What position was he?
No, he was like a wide receiver, but he was like a white dude with a mustache. He was nasty. What
was he on that Super Bowl team?
I never knew any white dude with a mustache. That was nasty.
Like Chris, what about you, man? You're a white dude with a mustache, right?
Me?
You should grow that mustache out more, Chet.
No, no. My dad's the only one who can pull it off clean. I have to shave this every time. I freaking hate the way I look with a mustache.
You have a stash?
No. I mean, it's just
you do have a stash.
It sucks. I'm telling you, it's fucking trash.
No, it doesn't.
Duffy's
you gotta get it like me. Like it's a little bit long right now, look a little bit busted, but you gotta get
no,
too much effort.
That's for you. That's good. Keep that shit fresh like that. Like,
hey, thank you. I'm trying.
You're growing the Will Smith. That's what Will Smith looks like when he.
Yeah, people tell me I look like Will Smith, and I'm like, I don't know, but
no, it's like real homeless.
It's an honor. It's an honor to look like Will Smith.
Will Smith always looks homeless. Like he looks like he's broke.
Did you end up finding that name, Ron? Or no?
No. I didn't look. When you're on break, when you take a break, I'm gonna look this clown's name up, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, you know what? That sounds like a great time to start heading into a break. So when we get back, we're going to talk about the NFC Championship game, Buccaneers versus the Packers. And then right after that, we're going to recap. We're going to preview the AFC Championship between the Bills and the Chiefs. We'll see who goes to the Super Bowl. So we'll see you right after the break. All right, welcome back to Unapologetic with Chet and Duffy and our special guest, Ron Robert. We're going to start previewing, I should say, recapping. Sunday hasn't even happened yet. So we're going to start previewing at 3:05 on Sunday. Buccaneers will head to cold Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin to face the Green Bay Packers. And this is not the matchup I expected, but you know what? I freaking love it.
I'm not complaining. Neither are you.
I'm not complaining. Like, honestly, if it was Saints Packers, I probably would just be like, meh. But honestly, this takes it to a whole different level because you got Brady coming in with a chip on his shoulder. Once again, when does this guy not have chips on his shoulder? Coming into this one, and this decides who's the NFC championship. Who's the NFC champion? Who's going to the Super Bowl? We'll get to picks, but I mean, honestly, Buccaneers. What a performance against the Saints coming back in that game. That was a huge comeback for them. And, I mean, for the Packers, that was just – it looked too easy. Too easy against the LA Rams. That was just a ridiculous performance for them. And, I mean, Packers, unbelievable. Duff, what do you got to say about this?
I mean, I'm excited for this game. You know, we've been waiting for a Breeze Rodgers, NFC Championship game for pretty much like 10 years now. And I don't think anyone's complaining about a Brady Rodgers postseason match. We waiting for that Super Bowl for a long time. Brady was in the AFC, but
yeah, sure. I don't think in my life I would have ever expected him to be facing Aaron Rodgers for a trip to the Super Bowl. It's just beyond me. So, I mean, to really dive into this one, I mean, both teams played magnificent last week. I mean, Tampa Bay goes into New Orleans winning 30-20. They were down at times. I mean, they were down. I mean, it was tied 13-13 at half, so not too bad. Saints, I mean, honestly, fizzled out. Breeze threw 3 interceptions in that game. Honestly, probably one of the worst performances I've seen by Drew Brees in his long career.
Definitely the worst way to go out in a while, honestly. And Brady earns it, back in his, I think, 11th conference championship game, which is 14th conference championship game in 21 years. Which is unbelievable. That's 2/3 of his career he's been at this game playing this week. And honestly, I picked against the Bucks last week against the Saints.
Yeah.
And I'm learning from my mistake. I think I know who's going to the Super Bowl, and I think it's this dude right here.
You know what, Tim? You already beat me to it, buddy.
TB12 is going back to
Super Bowl. Our man Ron's already got the jersey on. He already called it. And you know what? We're all jumping on too. I've got to say, throughout the whole season, I didn't want to be that guy who was just being like, oh, Tom Brady, Gronk, Bucks, let's go. More or less rooting for the Patriots. And kind of when the playoffs came around, I didn't have a team to root for. But you know what? I'm
sold. We're on the Bucks train, right? Let me tell you this.
I'm on the Bucks train, baby.
The first Pats jersey I ever got. You can see that old cursive logo right here. Patriots.
I love that. Hey, that's what I got on my Malloy.
Yeah, because that's how old school it is. That's how you know we're not bandwagons. We are not bandwagons. We are just Tom Brady stands rooting for the Bucks this weekend.
Number one right there.
Brady's going to Lambeau. Brady can play in the cold weather, right?
Oh, yes.
Gronk can play in the cold weather. Antonio Brown can play in the cold weather. All of them are from Pittsburgh, New England, right? Fournette has played playoff games in Gillette Stadium in the cold weather.
3
And
touchdowns.
Pittsburgh.
Remember that?
So what I'm saying is, you can't, like Lamar Jackson was crying like a little bitch. He's like, "Oh, I never saw snow before." Like that dude let me down so hard, but I felt bad he banged his head.
Oh my God!
When I read that, I was like, "Damn, they're gonna lose this
I'm
game."
sure you guys are gonna lead me down that path. What I'm saying is like I have a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. I do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody, he's better than Brady. He's better than Brady. Bitch, shut up. Like, I'm sick of hearing it. I will tell anyone. I'll fight to the end. I don't care. That's my dude. Brady's the man. Gronk's the man. Gronk has answered the call at Tampa Bay and
says
not
he's going to play next year.
Huh?
And he's going to play next year too.
Because he's not getting banged up like he did in New England. He's not the number one target.
Not getting juiced up either.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be that guy. What'd you say?
I said he's not getting juiced up either.
Yeah, he looks kind of skinny, huh?
Yeah.
He does look kind of skinny. He looks like he's got to go juice up.
He just looked like inhuman when he was in New England.
Oh, yeah, he was absolutely.
Are you accusing Gronk of juicing up, Chet?
I mean,
I'm accusing everyone in the NFL.
Look at the difference.
Yeah, everyone in the NFL does.
He just had like
only dudes like Brian Cushing get caught,
Yeah,
but
totally. I agree.
I feel about this game. If you are a bettor, you got to slam Bucks +4, because if they lose this game, it will not be by more than 3 points. I can tell you that.
No, that's the way I feel too. And that's the thing is, what's the line? 3, right?
I think the opening line, not the opening line, but the line I think Monday or Tuesday was Packers -4.
Oh, I thought it was 3.5. Maybe
it might be. Okay. It probably went up because or went down because
it's -3 right now.
It's -3. It went down.
But that's what it's been fluctuating.
-4 or +4.
Yeah. It's going to fluctuate until Sunday.
It's been fluctuating. So Duffy could have looked at it a day ago. Whatever. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So look, here's the deal with that is that this team. And I've been saying it from the beginning. And you and I, you guys have had a couple of calls with me when we were setting the show up, and we spoke for we were all chopping up for an hour at least. And I'm telling you, I've been saying
a lot of Bucks talk in those calls.
The Bucks were a playoff team. Huh? What'd you say?
So we had a lot of Bucks discussion in that calls, but continue.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's you should see our Buccaneer show later tonight. Just to give it a little plug, the Tom Gronkowski Show, 9 o'clock on the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, has special guest Nate Turner, former running back from the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl teams with Jim Kelly. Nate Turner will be on their show to discuss possible Bills in the Super Bowl and the possibility that the Bills get rid of Tom Brady to win the AFC East just to meet him in the playoffs. Those suckers. I hate Buffalo with a passion. But anyway,
I do
Nate
too.
Turner, dude. Great dude. We're glad he's coming on our network. We appreciate it. So, Duffy and Chet will be having their fair share of NFL players on this show. Trust me, they're building right now.
I want to get Mr. Turner on here.
Wait, who do you want on?
So I'd love to get a share of Nate Turner or whoever else we can get. I mean,
yeah, dude, easy. Right now, I'm working on Isaiah Rodgers from the Colts from this year. He had a great playoff game, even though they lost. They activated him full as a starter in the secondary, and he was a great punt returner for the Colts all year long. He's from the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. Right out of here, he's a Minuteman. So we're working on getting Isaiah on the Unapologetic show just to drop a little.
That's dope.
I hate the Colts, but
that would be lit.
Gotta support our locals, right?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Listen, here's my pick. Ready? I'm even gonna give you a point total for this game.
Yep.
Right now, last game, I said it was going to be 29-32 Bucks over the Saints. It ended up being 30-20. Drew Brees just couldn't fucking, I don't know, score. Right? He was getting sad. He does not look good.
No,
he didn't look good. Now the Bucks probably just tuned him up, but he didn't have a great game.
Yeah.
This game right here, to me, after watching the Saints, I think this game 38-35 Bucks. I think it's a shootout.
Yeah, I think so too. I think a similar score line for that for me Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. If I had to pick right now, I mean, I'm obviously going with the Buccaneers, but it's probably going to be a final score of 35-33. That's what I'm
You
going
just
with right now.
Price is Right at me, dude.
What's that?
That's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Price is Right.
yeah.
That's the
Well,
Price is Right.
hey, what's going to happen is the
Listen.
Bucs are going to get some key stops because their only scores are going to be touchdowns, and the Packers are
Yep.
going to have to go to Mason Crosby to kick some field goals to keep them up in this game. But the Buccaneers are going to do what they can on offense to really keep ahead of the game, and that's when touchdowns
They
come.
need to have on their scoring drives because they're not too good in the red zone. On their scoring drives, they need to get touchdowns. They cannot
Absolutely.
take.
Yeah.
End of story. You take field goal. All right, at halftime, you guys are on our Slack app, right? You're on there, right? The communication app.
Yep.
I put at halftime. I said whichever team has less turnovers wins the game, and right away the Bucs just started turning the ball over in the second half, like what 3 times?
Yeah.
It was just hard. It was. I mean, it was like they were doing everything they could to lose the game.
Yeah.
Like it was just hard.
Duffy,
so this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I just think that it won't be a lot of turnovers. I think it's going to be whoever can put the most balls in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely, 110%. So Duffy, let's hear what your score is going to be for this one.
Game has all the makings of a shootout. You know, 2 of the all-time great quarterbacks, 2 extremely high-powered offenses, both really hot at the right time. So whoever gets the ball last, I mean, that's what it could come down to. You know, between 2 of the greatest to ever do it, in Rodgers and Brady. I don't know. I mean, I'm picking the Bucs right now. Could the Packers win this game? Absolutely. You know, could they? They might. You know, it would really help Rodgers' legacy and his stock and in the all-time rankings. But I can't pick against TB12 back-to-back weeks.
No,
I have to pick the Bucs winning this game, a close one, 30-27.
Ooh,
I think it's a little bit less points than
the last 2.
You guys
fair,
but
no, that's good.
Cold weather game, they're gonna try to pound the rock. Long drives to shorten the game. Just punch in the end zone whenever they can. So 30-27. Each team will miss an extra point.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
I agree with that. Well, if you do that, then they're gonna have to get a couple twos to get to 30-27.
Yeah.
So you could go 29-26 because they're each missing an extra point.
Yeah,
right?
but if they each miss an extra point, it would be 31-28 if they made the extra point. Which would be 4 touchdowns and a field goal.
Oh yeah, all right. That's 31's a little more harder of a number to get to if you're an even, if you're even scoring. But what I'm gonna say is this game right here, you're gonna see Antonio Brown earn his paycheck. Right? Last game, he was basically his knee got a little tweaked up, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, they kind of shut him down. He didn't really have like the best game. Mike Evans didn't really have a great game. Brady targeted Godwin a shit ton of times.
Yeah.
Who was playing great. So I don't have even that ball in the end zone. That would have been a great touchdown, but that was a hard catch.
Yeah.
So whatever, I get it.
Yeah.
But Antonio Brown, remember I said this. Last game, Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones won them that game. Leonard Fournette really has been on absolute.
He's been great. He's been absolutely great lately.
Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, the guys with all the experience are gonna win this game.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I totally agree with that. I mean, you got a team full of experienced players and a lot of young players too. But I mean, experience really beats out everything else and really leads a team to a championship. So I think that's what the Bucs. I have to agree with that totally.
Yeah.
So speaking of high-powered offenses.
I want to talk about this next game. Oh,
yeah, I can tell. No, speaking of high-powered offenses, the Bills and the Chiefs face off in the AFC Championship game at 6:40 on Sunday. I was hoping that the Browns would be in this, but you know what? I mean, this is still going to be something.
It's going to be a good game.
I mean, Josh Allen playing at the top of his game right now. I mean, what's that?
Is Mahomes in?
That's what it comes down to. If Mahomes plays, I got the Chiefs, obviously.
Yeah.
But it all depends. He's got concussed just on Sunday, so chances are he might not. But knowing Pat Mahomes, superhuman, you know what I mean? Last year, that injury was supposed to take him like 8 weeks to rehab. He was back in like 2 weeks. So
concussion protocol, he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, protocol too.
He has to pass these tests. It's not like all right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, because I mean, if you watched that game, I remember watching him get up and almost falling back down. He had to grab onto his own lineman.
He got up like this.
It was scary. I thought he was dying. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
There were a lot of like optimistic tweets that he like felt good after the game. They should be good, but I don't know. They're probably just going to keep that headline going. Honestly, concussion. Like everyone else in the league after a week hasn't really played. I don't think he should play, but knowing the league, knowing the ratings, maybe they'll try to get him in there. I don't know.
They're gonna let him play.
Yeah,
they're gonna play.
There's no question if that dude, unless he's like totally his head's like cracked. He's playing.
Yeah, basically.
He's playing that game.
Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers, for instance, like years ago, I think it was in a playoff game. He played with a torn ACL. Yeah. Torn ACL. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They'll do what it takes to win.
Yeah, the teams don't care. But I think if Patrick Mahomes plays, I think he gets his bell rung again.
Yeah. Imagine he just gets clotheslined by like Jerry Hughes or something like that.
Dude, Tampa Bay's linebackers. I don't know. All right. What I want you guys to do before the game, I'm going to give you some homework.
Sure.
Just go to YouTube and just go watch some YouTube. Just, YouTube Devin White, right? Just YouTube their linebackers.
Levante David.
David is all right.
Nasty.
So David, when he releases on a linebacker blitz, is one of the fastest guys in between the tackles I've seen.
Yeah.
In like a long, and I'm not saying I'm telling you, I watched the video. I'm just like, where the hell did he just come from? So go YouTube it so you can visualize it. You'll be like, I did it myself. I went and I watched, and I was just like, what? These guys are so fast. They're so fast. So
I was actually watching a clip where they mic'd up Devin White last week in that Saints game.
I didn't see that.
They might. Dude, it's unbelievable. Like this guy, insanely fast. I just don't honestly. Linebackers, and they've said this for a few seasons, they're becoming like safeties. They just fly all over the middle and the outside of the field, and they get there in seconds.
They get to the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl. I feel like the Bucs have a better chance against the Chiefs than the Packers.
Yeah,
certain teams line up better, but like in this game right here, Buffalo's defense is okay.
Yeah,
but Buffalo's offense is stellar.
Yes.
Yeah. Mahomes can withstand a Buffalo game.
Yes.
I think he could. But if if they make it to the Super Bowl and they end up playing the Bucs, if that happens, he's gonna have a tough. They're built to catch him.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
they are.
Yeah. I mean, could you say the same for the San Francisco 49ers defense last year, though?
Yep.
I mean, I feel they were built.
They had it for the first 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
They had a 98% chance to win at one point.
Yeah, so. I remember that game was unbelievable. But with this game here, keeping it grounded, it's a tough pick. I mean, both teams, they've just been on fire like all season long. I mean, the Bills had a.
You think so?
Well, no, I didn't say that I'm picking the Bills, but what I'm saying is yeah, no, not yet. But like, it's a tough one. But I mean, I'm gonna have to stay conservative and go with the Chiefs. I just think the Chiefs have what it takes with the weapons they have. I mean, Darrell Williams last week, even though they didn't use Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Le'Veon Bell, he stepped up. My
question would be, what do you think the score will be? That is
score. Okay, so the score, I think with a banged up Mahomes potentially, and I think the Chiefs just being at home, I think that Chiefs defense showed last week they can keep high-powered offenses to a very low score. So for me, I think it's going to be low scoring than Green Bay and Tampa Bay. I think we're looking at a final score. I'm probably going to say 24-20 Chiefs.
And remember, these two teams met back in I think it was like week 6, and it was a really low scoring game. The Chiefs won.
Yeah.
But Mahomes banged up. If he doesn't play, I think the Bills will win. But knowing the league, I think he will play, honestly. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs 27-24. Not maybe even lower score. I'd say 23-20, honestly.
Okay.
So, Duff, let me ask you a question. What do you think, like in your estimation, you pick the Chiefs, right? What do
Yeah.
you think wins them the game?
Who do I think wins them the game?
So, like, what part of their game is gonna stand out?
I just think coaching and offensive personnel. They have better weapons than the Chiefs. They have a better coach in Andy Reid who's going to step up in big time. Sure, he's had some clock management woes in his career, but last week against the Browns, that was one of the gutsiest calls I've ever seen. That fourth and inches, finished the game with Chad Henne throwing to Tyreek. I just don't think they're going to be able to stop them on the outside. The Bills defense on Travis Kelce or Tyreek. The Chiefs do enough to win. I think I have it. It's kind of like picking against Brady. I really can't pick against Mahomes. I'm going to be honest. I just really can't. If he plays, I'm picking them to win the game.
Yep. No, I mean I agree. I think that the Bills offense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but they really are. I don't even think it would matter if if Tom Brady was still in the division. I think they would have beat us.
Yeah.
They're that good this year.
They're dirty.
Yeah.
Josh Allen can run out of the pocket just as good as Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's a scrambler, man. Like the guy is just.
He scrambles more than Patrick Mahomes, I'd say.
Yeah, he's crazy. But the reason he scrambles more than Patrick Mahomes is because his wide receivers aren't as good, and there's the difference.
Yeah.
Kansas City is just stacked.
Yeah.
Kansas
Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to run. He's got
doesn't have to. And when he does, he gets injured.
Hill, that's all you need to know. You have a team with Hill and Mahomes and Kelce. It's just that,
It's a whole different level of offense.
Buffalo's defense. Who on Buffalo's defense is manning up on Tyreek Hill? I just would like to know that.
No one.
And then if they double him with safety help, who's taking Kelce?
Yeah.
Because Kelce needs to be doubled.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you double both of those guys, then you have 2 or 3 other wide receivers open that can make plays.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's just. I honestly we're not going to get to that point yet, but I mean, at this particular moment, even with Mahomes, probably playing injured, if it was, let's say it was a Super Bowl game we were talking about, and it was Brady and the Bucs, I'm probably going to pick Brady and the Bucs just because I'm going to stick with my guy the whole way through, but. Damn, I don't know who's beating Kansas City if they're. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
my pick is 2017, and that's even higher than I think it's going to be.
Ooh, really?
That was almost my pick, but
we keep going down from the first person score.
No, but I know we do, but because you guys have good. Those are good picks. Yeah. You got your scoring line is good. I think those are good picks.
Ram the under on this game.
Huh?
Hit the under on this game, everybody.
Hit the under, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be. You saw. I mean, Kansas City didn't score a lot on.
They didn't
on Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Baker Mayfield. In the next few years, man, that team is scary.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
Chubb
and Kareem Hunt is devastating.
Yeah. Devastating.
That's the best way to put it.
Number one, Kareem Hunt's an all-pro running back.
Yeah.
And so isn't Chubb. And you got them both on the same team sharing reps. One guy's going to try and beat you quick around the outside. One guy's going to pound the ball up the middle.
Yeah, that's why I said last week on the show, it was like, Browns fans, you've got yourselves a great team, but it's not this year. Not yet.
No, not yet.
It's coming, but not yet.
Jarvis Landry looks slow. Did you guys think?
Yeah. He's got up there.
5 catches for 16 yards at one point on Sunday.
Yeah.
Tell me you guys didn't think he looked slow.
After the touchdown, I literally looked at the screen. It said the little thing at the bottom. It said J. Landry, 5 receptions, 11 yards, touchdown. I was like, did I read that right? He's averaging 2 yards a catch.
2 yards a catch.
That's bad.
I was like, what is
they are really missing Odell Beckham in situations like this.
They're missing Odell Beckham.
So they can get him back in next year and then keep him in the offense as fluid as they were this year without him. I mean, that team's gonna be scary next year.
Oh yeah, they just need someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Odell Beckham either. They just there's some wide receivers out there right now. AJ Green's out there. There's a few wide receivers out there. Right
I don't trust AJ Green anymore.
AJ Green.
That guy's a washed up.
You put AJ Green in the right situation. I mean, the poor dude's been just rotting away in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Put
that's
that
true.
dude in the right situation.
Yeah.
He's only like 30 years old now. He's not even that old.
Put him on
31.
the Bucks. Put him on the Bucks with Tom Brady. See what that does.
They're not going to know what to do with them. They've got too many guys.
Put him on Buffalo. Put him on Kansas City. Put him on any of those. Put him on Green Bay. Imagine him with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, there was talks about that at the trade deadline.
I'll tell you
about that on our show. Remember that?
Say it again.
Yeah.
Me and Chet talked about that like a year ago on our podcast.
Oh, you did?
AJ Green for the Packers. That was
I'll
like a trade.
give you guys a perfect example of this, and I know it's like a different era, and it's a different time, and it's a different position. But Corey Dillon was the best running back in the NFL, and he was on the Cincinnati Bengals, and couldn't get out of his own fucking way, but that because he was always getting in trouble a little bit too. Moves to the Patriots and absolutely just gobbles everybody up.
Yeah.
He destroyed. Corey Dillon was one of my favorite players of all time on the Patriots. He destroyed people. He was an absolute vicious animal that just like lowered his shoulder and just knocked people's heads off. He was evil. He was evil. I loved it. And the thing is that like, I don't know if you guys remember this, and I know I'm going off track, but this is great shit. Corey Dillon was the NFL rushing leader going into the last week of the season. Okay.
I think I saw a video on this actually.
Who was number 2?
Was it while he was on the Bengals?
No, no, it was on the Patriots. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
He had like 600 yards that year. Was it? It was Curtis Martin, right?
All right, so Curtis Martin's the number 2. Corey Dillon's the number 1. Who drafted Curtis Martin?
The New England Patriots
with Bill Belichick.
Yep.
Right.
Wow.
So they draft Curtis Martin. So Curtis Martin goes over to the Jets. Corey Dillon is the leader going into the playoffs. They're on the last game of the season. Belichick sat Corey Dillon and let Curtis Martin pass him.
Wow.
In the last game of the season. Belichick
That's crazy.
Really?
He said he sat him to give him rest for the playoffs.
That's right.
I
think I remember seeing that.
When does Belichick sit anyone to give them rest for the playoffs ever?
Nobody.
Even Brady.
Because Brady played that last game too. Remember that was against the 49ers the last week that year, and Brady played most of that game.
Brady played and Corey Dillon sat.
Yeah.
He did it to let Martin get the fucking Belichick. He's diabolical, man.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
Diabolical.
He wants to win.
I'm happy he's our coach, but
yeah,
diabolical, bro. That guy, he like sat Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon probably punked him off because he's Corey Dillon's thug.
Or
Corey Dillon was like Marshawn Lynch back then.
Or I remember, I think it was when the Patriots were going to play the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. He read them the headline for the next day in Philadelphia if the Eagles were supposed to win the Super Bowl. What the headline would have been. The parade, told them the schedule and everything as the pregame talk. Yeah, as their pregame talk.
Philly was so rotten that year. Their fans were so horrible. I was living in Florida. That was one of the times I was living in Florida. I went to the Super Bowl in Jacksonville. I didn't go to the game. I didn't go to the NF tickets, but I hung out there. I had a hotel room. So I partied for 2 days. It was amazing. Right. But the Philly fan, it was amazing, bro. This is off camera stuff. I'll tell you later. But it's really good.
I know. I'm ready for it.
Florida, bro, was at the Super Bowl. It was no COVID. It was just unreal. And and the Philly fans were horrendous. There were no Philly fans that you couldn't talk to one of them. I did not care. It's like the whole city just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they almost burnt their own city down when they beat us.
Yeah, they were so sick.
Boy.
Trash cop cars, flip through trash cans at windshields. Like,
I mean, they're losers, but boy, does that hurt.
Did they trash the vet when the last game played there?
Yep. Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
Freaking idiots.
Self-sabotage, man.
They showed people I remember after Philly winning and watching videos on social media, and they're all beating each other up and girls are getting kicked in the face and stuff. I was just like, this is like, oh yeah, it was horrible.
This is like gladiator shit.
They're all crapping in the middle of the parking lot, just dropping their drawers, taking dumps like it was just.
Wow. What the hell? What is this? Some third world country? Jesus Christ.
Eagles fans give Blumpkins. That's what's
Give Lumpkin.
Wow, bro.
the
All right.
Blumpkin.
I think that's a great way to end the show right there. Once again.
Talk about them Eagles
Yeah,
fans.
no. Ron, thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
onto the
man.
show. It was a pleasure. We definitely have to do this again sometime.
Oh, next
Yep.
listen, I'm coming on next week if the Bucks win. We are
Oh,
gonna
yes,
have
yes. So right
Everyone
now,
wear your Brady jersey next week if the Bucks win. That's cool.
that's the plan. All right, so as of this week, the Super Bowl matchup is Buccaneers versus Chiefs. We'll see if that comes true after this weekend.
Oh, you said it.
Hey.
We'll see if it happens, and we will be here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. as always.
Screw Aaron Rodgers.
Screw Aaron Rodgers. That's what we
Screw
got to say
Aaron.
here on this show.
He's the fake number 12.
He is. He's an imposter, dude. That's. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Please check us out, Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Don't forget
Good
to follow
job, guys. Proud of you.
thanks,
Guys are running
Ron.
a great show.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
All right, folks. We'll see you all next week. Take
Peace.
it away. Peace. Go Pats. Go
Go
Pats.
Pats.